university today to fight against austerity. Merci beaucoup d'avoir été venu aujourd'hui pour commémorer les droits des travailleurs et pour résister l'austérité aujourd'hui. My name is Sharrae. Hi, my name is Brigette. Today we are joined by people from all over the world who are resisting inequality.
Hello.
There are people taking the streets in Greece, at Occupy New York, in Asia, in Europe. We are joined by hundreds of thousands of people who...
Yes, yes, the revolution, the people united, we defeated.
Surrounded by beautiful people who want to elevate their heart and soul, who know that there's power in their hands. They work for what they control, know that their family and they work is something they control. But I'm trying to ask God why they taking power away from my head and my God, why my blood and beginning with my money that I make. The knowledge is getting in the way of my true work. The labor ministers don't worry, the poor and the killed don't worry, and I worry about you. So for the workers, for the laborers, for the freedom, for the slave, here we go again, the people united will never be defeated. 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 Thank you. Make some noise. Make some noise, please. The papers out here right here. Holding flags left to right, side to side. Thank you so much. Much love to everyone struggling, everyone fighting to be free. Thank you so much.
What do we need?
Respect!
You know we got it. All we're asking from Harper now is for a little respect. Yeah, baby. We're here right now. We want respect. You know what? Because you know what? We don't want anybody to do us wrong. Because all we do is provide good quality public services. You know we do. Pension, wages, I'm telling you, no, honey. Because right now, I want what's coming to me. Respect. Respect for you, sisters. Respect for you, brothers. Respect for everybody. Yeah. You know what? I am people de respect que eux, tout le monde ensemble, en solidarité. C'est le peuple. Eux ensemble, c'est dans toute la communauté. Yeah, you know what? Their political promises may be sweeter than money. But guess what? So is my money, honey. I'm telling you now, don't you come mess with me. I want respect.
And as you roll back public services, you increase inequality in our society. In Canada now, middle class and working class people are putting more hours into the workplace than ever and taking home less pay for it. Yet the wealthiest tier in Canada are working less than ever and taking home more pay than ever. This is not the society we want. And we can fight back against this. This has only been the last 20 years in which we've lost this ground. Before that, as a society, we gained huge ground for the middle class, for women, for people of color, for the working class, and we can do it again. We can win. In fact, in recent years, we've shown that we could roll back completely the cuts that the Paul Martin government brought, the $32 billion of cuts to public services that he brought a decade ago. We forced him to refund every penny he took out of the healthcare system through public action. Through the action of seniors groups and the labor movement, we have forced improvements, not enough, but improvements to Canada Pension. We have protected our single-tier public health care system, our public education system, our public liquor store system in Ontario, our public mail delivery system. We have, in a way that has not been accomplished in other parts of the world, maintained our public services even in the face of daunting opposition, and we can continue to win if we organize en masse, if we're militant, if we understand that this is a fight to stop them rolling back the benefits of 100 years worth of fight. I want to end with one of my favorite quotes from Anne Frank, who said, "Isn't it wonderful that we need not wait a single day to begin to improve the world? We can win. We will win. Keep fighting." Thank you.
Yes, we will win. Absolutely, sisters and brothers. I've just been given some news. You know, when we come together in solidarity, we really appreciate when we have sisters and brothers who are going to come out. We know that there's another struggle going on the other side of the river, which is over in Quebec, that the students are fighting, okay? Obviously, we stand in solidarity with the students, many of whom are our members, by the way. And hey, let's hear it for DCLs. Yes, indeed. All right. So listen, I just had some news that we had a whole crowd of students coming across the bridge, and they were stopped. They were stopped from coming here. That is absolutely unacceptable, because what's happening to our free country? Exactly. Because I can tell you that when they said that they were coming, they knew, and they are peaceful demonstrators. They wanted to come here in solidarity with us, and they wanted to just show their solidarity, and they have been shut down, and that is a shame. That is absolutely a shame. Alors justement, nous avons avec nous aujourd'hui Phillip Lapointe de la classe. Alors, il est étudiant à la maîtrise en Sciences Po, OK, secrétaire aux affaires académiques de la classe. Et je vous rappelle que la classe, c'est la coalition large de l'association pour une solidarité syndicale étudiante. Moi, là, je vais vous dire que quand j'ai entendu dire qu'on avait des jeunes, la nouvelle génération montante, qui ont pris comme modèle et contexte la solidarité syndicale, j'ai dit oui, yes, ça c'est ce qu'on a besoin pour l'avenir du pays. Les maudits conservateurs sont en train de nous vendre à travers le pays. C'est notre jeunesse qui va nous sauver maintenant. Exactement. Alors je vais demander à Philippe de venir ici, confrère. Vraiment, on est en solidarité, OK? Merci. Merci beaucoup.
Bonjour confrères, consoeurs. Mon nom est Phillip Lapointe. En plus d'être secrétaire aux affaires académiques de la classe, je suis aussi membre de l'AFPC 1721 à l'UQAM. Je vois ici les confrères du CESUM, du SAR-UDL et aussi de l'UQAM. Je suis bien content de voir que les étudiants et étudiantes du Québec, qui sont aussi par des associations syndicales, vont faire leur travail syndical et vont à leur congrès pour porter leurs idées vers l'avant. Au Québec, on est en grève depuis 12 semaines contre un gouvernement libéral qui refuse d'écouter des gens qui refusent la tarification des biens publics. On est en grève, non seulement pour nous, mais pour aussi bien d'autres enjeux. Il y a la tarification de la santé, la tarification des logements sociaux, la tarification des services sociaux en général, et ensuite on nous dit, on pourrait mettre aussi des postes de péage sur les ponts, parce que rouler, c'est pas gratuit. Et vous savez quoi? On est 170 000 en grève. 170,000 students in strike for more than 12 weeks. Every student in Quebec has been aware of the strike, has been working on it, and for once, we are united. We are all united against this government. They have tried by many ways to stop us. They asked the administration to be stubborn, not to recognize our votes in general assemblies. They failed. We overwhelmed them. They asked the courts to judge us and limit our rights and limit our actions and criminalize us. They failed. We defied them. No government is elected to ignore and insult the people. No government is elected to take over profit over justice. Oh no. And if we fail, well, what will happen then? We can't fight. But it is true they have the mightiest weapons. It is true that they have the loudest medias. It is true that they have the strongest institutions, but they do not have the number. They do not have our resolve. And they do not have the righteous principles we have to back us. In the streets of Montreal, in the street of Quebec City, it's not only students walking. It's not only students wearing the red square. It is everyone. It is not only a student fight. And I invite you to join us. I invite you to stand. I invite you to rise against the injustice of austerity and all these measures. PSAC members, you will be the ones that will be touched by the cuts of the Harper government. Please stand up. And they will know in the future to fear us. Thank you.
Alors, la relève est prête, hein? La relève est prête. Alors, écoute, on essaie d'avoir d'autres informations pour les étudiants là, qui ont été bloqués. Alors, si on a d'autres informations, on va vous les donner. Alors, écoutez, let's get down to brass tacks. Oh yeah, hello, smile. You know what? 3 years. 3 years. It goes by very fast. 1, 2, 3, out! 1, 2, 3, out! 1, 2, 3, out! Take that! Take esti! Bon, okay. Alors, I said we get down to brass tacks, and we know the real issue here is show me the money, okay? Show me the money, that's what it's all about. We know that it's about the oil sands. We know that it's about the resources. We know that they're opening up the stores of Canada's North and telling the multinationals, come on in, the water's just fine, you know? And who's gonna get screwed cleaning up their royal bloody mess? us, it's going to be us. And we're going to say, no way. He is currently the tar sands campaign director for the Indigenous environmental worker. Put it up. Brother, it's great to see you again. All right. Nice.
Yeah. What's going on, workers, citizens? What's going on? When I shout workers, you say fight. Workers! Workers! When I shout workers, you say fight. Workers! 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 Now scream, yeah! I want to give a big shout out to our student warriors as well who've been fighting in Quebec, stand in solidarity. Let's give a big shout out to all the students. Yeah! I want to give a big shout out to all the women who are feeling the oppression of this federal government coming down on women's rights. Let's give a big shout out to all the women. Yeah! I want to give a big shout out to all my Native people who've been feeling the oppression of this government and every subsequent government before them for the last 200 years. Big shout out to the Native people. I want to give a big shout out to our two-spirited relatives who've been feeling the oppression of this government. Big shout out to our two-spirited people and everyone else in between. Big shout out to Canada today on May Day. Hey! Yeah. Right now there is a train, the Freedom Train, sponsored by the Yinka Dene Alliance, a small group of 5 First Nations in northern BC who are taking on the Enbridge Gateway Pipeline and who are taking on Prime Minister Harper. They're traveling across the country right now. And on May 9th, they will hit Toronto and they will hit the Enbridge AGM and send a clear message, not just to the company Enbridge, not just to the big oil and the tar sands or to this office here, but to around the world, that they will not stand for the sacrifice of our people, our way of life, of the way of life of 55,000 workers who depend on the salmon industry in BC, of the way of life of the dozens of tribes and municipalities who depend on the salmon in northern BC, or the way of life of people in northern Alberta whose lives are being decimated by the Alberta tar sands, or the way of life of hundreds of thousands of workers in Quebec and Ontario who have lost their jobs because of the economic distortion of the tar sands. So this Freedom Train, I want you all to tweet about it, support them, because it's an important grassroots cause and we got to unite this cause with that cause. And there's one clear message though that I want to talk about today. We live in crazy times, and crazy times call for crazy actions. We need to be hitting the streets, folks. I want to talk about KI in Northern Ontario. Now to me, those people are the greatest inspiration, and that's a story that everybody in Canada, native or settler, and everybody in between needs to know about. This is a chief and council that was elected in a small little First Nation in Northern Ontario, and they went to jail for 6 months doing what their constituency elected them to do, to defend their water, their health, and their way of life from a mining company that wanted to come in and destroy their lake. And so they went to jail for that. But you know what? Here we are 2 years later, after hundreds of solidarity groups, hundreds of First Nations, and people like you here in the audience came together, and they now have a permanent ban on mining in their territory. And so that's my message, you know.